Swing it now. You're looking at the best in the business. The Bergs is awesome. Tell you something, folks. You're looking at the best in the business. The best there ever was. Best there ever will be. Let me tell you something, folks. You're looking at the best in the business. Best there ever was. Best there ever be. I am the show. I am awesome. The Bergs is awesome. That's the name of this live. The Bergs is awesome. Why beat around the bush, folks? Why tiptoe around the subject? When you are the greatest, you got to say you're the greatest. I'm the greatest of all time at what I do. I am the best in the business at what I do. At live streaming. I am the greatest of all time. Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Bergs, folks. I'm awesome. The Bergs Show is awesome. I'm amazing. I am an amazing talent. Amazing person. Top notch. I mean, look at this shirt. I'm awesome. Look at this hair. Look at these sunglasses. Everything I do is awesome. I'm the greatest. I mean, folks, let's stop tiptoeing around the issue. All right? We've been tiptoeing around the issue for years. I mean, when you're the best at what you do, you got to let people know about it. I'm the best at what I do. I'm the best in the business. I'm the greatest of all time. Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Bergs. I'm the show, folks. There's just no denying that. Life is too short, folks. For drama, YouTube drama, video fighting. I'm here to bring happiness to the world. I'm not here to bicker or argue. That's stupid little petty arguments. I'm not here to control people. I'm not here to be jealous. I'm here to teach you people how to live a better life. I'm here to be an inspiration for billions of people around the world. I'm here to teach you that there's a better way to live. You people are not living the right way. You people need help. Some of you people need, a 5150 hold. Some of you people need a mental institution. Bottom line is this. I'm here to say to you that there's hope. Believe in me. I will take you to the promised land. So let me tell you something. When you are the best at what you do, when there's nobody better, is that being cocky? Is that being arrogant? I don't think so. I don't think that's being arrogant or cocky. I think that's just telling it like it is. I mean, was Eddie Van Halen being cocky or arrogant when he'd be up there shredding? No. 3-run home run, the Mariners. 4-2, baby. 3-run home run. You can put that on the board. Who's going to put it on the board for the greatest man in the history of the world? 4-2, folks. Jake Fraley, you waited for your pitch. Good job. See, I can watch the game. I got the window open. I got the screen open. It's a hot day here today. 80 degrees. We don't have air conditioning. Bottom line is this. When you look like I do, when you have the greatest body in the history of the world, when you look like I do, when you are a superior person to all yous, when you are better than everyone, you have to flaunt it a little bit, don't you? Because when you're the best at what you do, when you're awesome, you have to let people know about it. I'm awesome. And I'm proud to say it. I'm definitely not anti-awesome. Being a loser. I'm definitely not a loser. I'm awesome. I'm a winner, folks. I'm a winner. And that's just the bottom line. You people are just going to have to learn to love it, you know? Learn to deal with it. Learn to love it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Learn to love it. I mean, why be a hater like all these trolls? Learn to love it. Accept the fact that I am the greatest of all time. It's time for you guys to come up to present time, come out of the closet, and understand, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the best in the business. I'm the best at what I do. Okay? There's no one who does it like me. I'm the best. And I should be rewarded handsomely for being the best. And I'm telling all you people, look at yourself in the mirror every day. I want you to say, I'm smart enough, I'm kind enough, I'm great looking, and gosh darn it, people like me. People love me. I want you to embrace your feelings. I want you people to go out into the world tomorrow. I want you to make it a better day than it was today. I want you to write a to-do list. I want you to write a to-do list, folks. Okay? Because I know a lot of people are procrastinators. Right? Oh, yeah, I got to mow the lawn this week. I got to, I got to change the oil. I'll get around to it. Write down on a list. I want you to tomorrow go to the dollar store, because the dollar store is a great store, folks. There's no doubt about it. And buy yourself a pad. It's like you did when you were a kid. A notebook. Buy yourself a notebook. Get some pens. Get some pens. Okay? And just write down everything you need to do you've been putting off. Maybe there's things in your room, you want to clean your room. Maybe your room's real cluttered. Maybe your garage. Anything. You want to wash your car. Want to get a haircut. You have to do some yard work, weed. Like me, you need to go get your guitar fixed. You need to wash your car. Did I say that? You need to do all these things. You need to go for a 30-minute walk every day. Just write everything down. And every day, try to accomplish 3 things. So when you write down those things, folks, you're going to come up with like 100 things. And every day, try to knock off 3 things. And in about 3 months, you'll have the entire list done. Now, there's certain things you need to do with hygiene. You don't need to write that down. That you need to take a shower every day. That you need to brush your teeth. I mean, that's what you learn when you're a kid. You need to floss. You know, you know. You don't need to wash your hair every day. You don't need to with shampoo. I do it every other day. Soap your body. You need to do certain things. Obviously, clip your nails. You need to do certain hygiene. Write down all the things you need to do, folks. And even if you just accomplish one thing a day, because you might be a total procrastinator, you know what? You accomplished something. You can go to bed at night saying, you know what? I accomplished something today. Sitting on the couch and watching TV is not accomplishing anything. Okay? Playing your PlayStation or whatever you guys do, it's not accomplishing anything. Unless if you're a professional gamer. The bottom line is this. I'm giving you advice. How to live a better life. How to be the best you can be. Because I am the best in the business. Surround yourself with positive people. If there's someone toxic in your life, you got to remove that person. You're not going to change that person, folks. The only thing you can change is yourself. You cannot change other people. You can only change yourself. cannot change other people, folks. You're in a toxic relationship. You gotta cut that person loose. Life is short. Just like the song by the Beatles, we can work it out. Life is very short, and there's no time for fussing and fighting, my friends. Because all you need is love, folks. It's like the Beatles song. Let me tell you something. You cannot change another person. Okay? You're in a toxic relationship. You want that person to quit drinking. Shoot. I need to quit drinking. That's something that you got to do on your own. Sometimes people need help. They need to go to rehab. Fortunately, rehab costs a lot of money. So the bottom line is this. You cannot change other people. You can only change yourself. You can give people advice, but it's up to them if they want to take it. So the bottom line is this. We're here at the Bergs Show today. Motivational speaker Bergs. Because I am in the midst of a transformation. A transition. No, I'm not transitioning like Rosie did. No, not that kind of transition. I'm in the midst of a transition. Spiritual, mental, physical wellness. Bottom line is this. Write down the things you need to do every day on a daily basis. Now, we all know you need to, whatever, shower, go to the bathroom, do things like that. I'm not talking about that. Things you need to do every day. Let's go for a half-hour walk. If you're trying to quit drinking, let's say you're drinking six pack a day. Tomorrow, drink 5 beers. Don't drink 6 beers. The next day, drink 4 beers. Trying to quit smoking, you're a pack a day. Okay, you know what? Smoke 1 less cigarette. It's called weaning. In the old days, a lot of people would go cold turkey. My father smoked for 35 years and he quit in 1983. And he quit cold turkey because he's from the old school. They didn't have any, I don't know, Nicorette back then. Maybe they did. Nah. Bottom line is this. They were tough back then. Nowadays, everyone needs a crutch, right? They quit smoking. They got to have, what, gum or a patch, or they have to vape, or nicotine lollipops. Come on. I think my dad was sucking on nicotine lollipops in New Jersey. Give a break, dude. He quit because he had 6 kids, and he was having angina. He was having heart chest pains. And his doctor said, you should quit. And he quit, just like that. Cold turkey. After smoking since he was 15 years old. Quit when he was 54 years old. They were tough old birds in those days. Everyone nowadays, you're all soft. Oh, you people are soft, huh? Now, I need to lose weight, huh? But everyone needs to do something. Everyone needs to do something, huh? So the people who say to me, oh, you need to lose weight, you're fat ass Bergs. Well, you know what? Maybe you guys are fat too. Stop fat shaming people, folks. That's why I left. That's why I left Mark Terry's. Because all he does is fat shame. Marilyn Mike. I got sucked into that. That's not me. I'm not a mean person like that. Marilyn Mike, if you're listening, I apologize. 'Cause I'm fat myself. Shouldn't fat shame anybody. Hobo, let me give you a wrench. So the bottom line is this. What are we talking about here, folks? We're talking about motivational speaking here, folks. I'm awesome, but so are you people. You're all awesome too. You gotta have the courage. It takes a lot of courage to do what I do. A lot of people are too afraid to even, a lot of these trolls are too afraid to even go on a panel and voice up. I'm not even talking about Canva. Or maybe they're not articulate like the Bergs is. I'm very articulate. I overcame a very bad stuttering problem when I was a kid. I went to speech therapy for several years. I wasn't like terrible. I wasn't every single word. I was no, but a lot of my stuttering was based around social anxiety or anxiety issues that I probably didn't even know I had back then. So, for instance, remember like when you were a kid? Well, you know, when I was a kid, born 1973, right? Grew up in New Jersey. Remember you're a kid and like the first day of school you come back, say you're like 12 years old. 12 years old, 1985, when I was in 7th grade. That first day of school in every single class, you know, because you have a new teacher every year, you know. First day of school, you got to go around. You go around the room. Hi, I'm so and so. You talk about what you did for the summer. I hated that. See, if I was just around my friends and at ease, I didn't really stutter as much. But when I was around those types of situations, I would stutter. Remember when you had to stand up in front of the class and like give like an oral presentation, oral report? You like to read your book report or something? I was terrible at that. I mean, I was great at writing the reports. I was great at doing the work. I was terrible at speaking, public speaking. And for years, I was terrible, like when I would do, you know, job interviews, even. Even in my 20s, you know, my stuttering was still bad on the phone. Now, I've overcome it a lot. People don't know this, but I go live, folks. One of the reasons I go live is to help me with my public speaking. To help me. This is actually therapy for me in a weird way. Barbara Ray's in the house. Hold on, let me give you a wrench. She's a member of the Berg. She's a loyal Bergette now, folks. That's a higher rung. Barbara Ray's putting it on the board. Who's gonna put it on the board for your Bergie boy, for your emperor? Who gonna light me up? Let me tell you something. You're not gonna believe this, but I had the hardest time saying my name. Everyone knows what my name is. It's out there. My name is Chris. Right? Chris. My last name is Townsend. Okay? Everyone knows that. Okay? For whatever reason, I would call up like a job interview and I would say, yeah, I'm whatever, you know, call up whatever, employment agencies, whatever. They would say, yeah, who am I speaking to? I'd be like, sometimes, and I would just hang up. I couldn't say my name, folks. I couldn't say my own name. You'll find that with stutterers, saying their own name is very difficult. Also, there's certain names There's certain letters that trigger stutterers more. Like I follow Stuttering John from the Howard Stern Show on Twitter. I actually DM with him, or I have in the past. He's actually DM'd me back before. Because as a stutterer myself, now he still stutters. Okay, I would say Stuttering John has a worse stutter than I did. But there's certain names, like if the name began with the letter J, I had the hardest time saying, like for instance, Salty Dog, her name is Jill. Okay? Forget about it. Back in the day, Jill, right? Jennifer, Jessica, Jeff, Jim. The letter J was murder. That was murder for me, dude. You don't get it. The letter J. That was a tough one. The letter J, folks. And I actually worked at this place, a crappy job, right? I was in college for a few months. It was at a collection agency, right? This is a true story. I'm not lying here, okay? This is not like a troll. I'm not trolling. See, that's the problem with people like Noodles. Like, they're always, like, in character. They're always, like, lying. Oh, this is a true story. This is probably 1995. 94, maybe. I was like a junior in college, I think. Okay. Go to the University of Washington. And a few nights a week, I worked like 20 hours a week. I don't know what I was making back then. Crappy money. $7 an hour or something. $7.50 an hour. Yeah. I was making more back then than I make out here, dude. Who lit it up? Who gonna light the Burger Boy up? Let me tell you something. I was working at this collection agency, right? And it was like an automated system. Basically, we would call people up who wrote bad checks, who owed money, okay? And it was, even though it was located here in Washington State, the collection agency, we would call all over the United States. And we could use other names. And because it was hard for me, even back then, to say my own name. See, the letter C was always hard for me to say. Chris. So I wouldn't say I'm Chris. The letter M was very easy. So actually, my name was Marcus. My code, my name that I use, because they said you can have an alias. You can be whoever you want to be on the phone. My name was Marcus Thompson. Marcus Thompson. True story. Okay. One time, so several times, so what you do is you wear like a headset, you're behind a computer, and then you click a button, and it randomly picks somebody who you're going to call. And then I would see the name of the person. I would see what they owed and all that. And if the name began with the letter J, because that was my hardest one, I would just click a button and skip over the call. So I would basically hang up on the people. You understand? I would hang up on the people when I was working. I would hang up on people. You understand? Barbara? You understand? Bergs? Chris? That's not gone, is it? Okay. So Oh yeah, another. We would call. Back in those days, a lot of people didn't have debit cards yet, so a lot of people were still writing checks. Okay, now, checks are becoming like a dying breed. I still have a checkbook. Okay, when I pay my parents rent every month, I write them a check. Okay, I mean checks still come in handy. I am watering the lawn and watering my mother's plants. Tomorrow I will weed whack and see. I have to actually write a to-do list this evening. So I'm kind of behind on things. That's not fair, is it? I need to wash my parents' car and I need to wash my car. I haven't washed my car in a long time. You bring it through a car wash thing. It's like over $10. Plus you got to throw them a tip. The bottom line is this: when I was working this um, collection agency, you could be whoever you wanted to be. So I was Marcus Thompson. Sometimes I would say Marcus Miller because I was very, M would just flow off my tongue. Marcus, I think Marcus Thompson, Marcus Miller. I called this one woman one time, and I'm not saying, you can tell she was black. I'm from New Jersey. I'm not a racist, folks. Her name was like Shamiqua or something. I don't know what her name was. It was a long time ago. Wait, was that fair? What? What just happened there? So I said, yeah, my name, yeah, hello, yeah, this is Marcus Thompson calling from whatever. It was like called DPPS or something, collection agency. And she goes, Marcus, you you sound like a white boy. Marcus, that's a black boy name. She goes, are you black? I go, no, I'm not black. I'm white. But that's my funny story there, folks. The bottom line is this. What are we talking about here? We're talking about when I worked at the collection agency. I only worked there for like a couple months. Then I had the employment agency get me another job, like where I didn't have to talk on the phone. Because yeah, that's another thing. I hated phones. I hated phones in those days. I hated phone work. It's like in the mid '90s, nobody had cell phones. I was active back then. I wasn't on the phone. Nowadays, everyone's on the phone. I've gotten better. The reason I got fired from this job, well, not really fired, just let go, because it was through an employment agency, right? Well, they noticed, because they had like a supervisor, and they noticed, they called me into the office one day, and the manager goes, Chris, we've noticed that, like our analytics or whatever, we've noticed that you're bypassing a lot of calls. Because maybe it just wasn't the letter J, maybe I was bypassing other ones too. If I was just started, because you make a lot of calls, man. I'd work like 5 hours a night or something. You make a lot of calls. Constantly doing it. I would try to stay on the phone as long as possible with these people. Therefore, I didn't have to make as many calls. But she goes, I noticed you, and they would always promise to pay. I'd be like, yeah, because like it would be like this database thing, like a Excel spreadsheet or something for every person. It would be like PPAY or like promise to pay, promise pay, whatever. because they would always, oh, okay, yeah, I owe that. We would call a lot of the places, a lot of the businesses where they would write the bad checks were like a place called Ross Dress for Less. That was another one. It's still hard for me to say. Ross Dress for Less. Now I might have said like Ross Dress for Less. See, it was very hard. So I'm a trooper. I'm a battler, man. A lot of people, they probably would have jumped off a bridge if they've lived my life. I'm a survivor, folks. Bottom line is this: because I'm built Bergatron tough and New Jersey tough. I'm not built Ford tough. I'm built New Jersey tough. Bottom line is this: she goes, Chris, we've noticed that you're bypassing a lot of calls. Like, what's going on here? How come you're hanging? Basically, why are you hanging up on people? Okay. And I said, well, to be honest with you, I have a stuttering problem. I might have said at the time I have a stuttering problem. I don't know. And I said there's certain words or certain letters that trigger me, and I get so nervous and embarrassed by it, I just bypass the call. And she was like, well, you can't be doing that. I mean, she's like, I'm sorry you have that problem, but, you can't be hanging up on people. Which I agree, you can't be doing that. So she basically said, if it happens again, I think she gave me like two more warnings. I think she gave me one more warning. She's like, well, if this happens again, just, I think the first time she goes, okay, well, please try not to do that. And like a couple weeks later, I think, probably did it a few more times. I think I was like good for a week. I think I was good actually for a couple weeks. I like even fought through it. Even if I stutter, and sometimes the people would laugh at me, you know. Which, when you're a former stutterer or a stutterer, you get a lot of people laugh at you. People are cruel. I used to be bullied as a kid until I, learn how to stick up for yourself. So the bottom line is this. So I think she warned me one more time, and she goes, okay, she goes, I noticed you've been doing this again. So basically she goes, if it happens one more time, I'm going to have to let you go. And then it happened, a few days later. And they called me in. I wasn't really fired. I called the employment agency, and they gave me something else, like where I could pack boxes or something, or just not talking on the phone. If I was doing that kind of work, if I was doing but see, that's like mindless work, But when you're going to college, I had a plethora of different jobs. Probably the best types of jobs back in those days, if you're a college student, being a pizza delivery driver. You make a lot of tips. You don't have to really talk to anybody. Domino's Pizza. Knock on the front door. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Good night. So yeah, that happened. So I'm awesome, but you're awesome too, folks. All right, hold on a second. Move you back over here. So, no, it's a process, folks. It's a process. It's a process. I probably lost a couple jobs over stuttering, phone jobs. Worked at another phone place one time. It was like the whole, you would read it was basically telemarketing. So I worked a telemarketing job one time. I lasted I lasted I lasted 4 hours at the job. I walked off during lunchtime, and I never came back. No, he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. No, you can't do that. No, no, you can't do that. No, no. They called him. They called him out, but he dropped the ball. That's not his fault. No, no. So the bottom line is this, folks. The bottom line is this: the telemarketing job, you had to like read a spiel, like, "Hello, I'm calling on behalf of the Washington State firefighters, Lolly Cunningham. Lolly Cunningham, light it up. I've been nice to you, Lolly. Light it up." It was like a spiel. You'd be like, I'm calling on behalf of the Washington State firefighters or whatever. Could you please, would you like to donate?" It was like a paragraph. And it was like, oh my God. And then you hang up and you call the next person. The next person, are you out of your mind? Because I hate telemarketers. I mean, hang up on them. I've told them off. I mean, I've actually hit on one time. I have a story about a telemarketer. My friend Aaron out here. He actually had this telemarketer chick call him up. This guy was like a player. I mean, this guy would hit on any chick. Good looking guy. Kind of like a whiskey OG type of guy, but nicer, right? Lost contact with him. He had a telemarketer chick call up one time, and then he kept her on the phone and got her number. She lived in like Arizona, and they met, and they wound up dating, and he flew down there, and he lived down there for a while, and he got her pregnant. They had a baby. Isn't that crazy? Usually I just tell telemarketer people F off or whatever. Don't call again. I was working telemarketing for like 4 hours. It's awful. To read the same spiel, blah, 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 blah. And we went to lunch. And I just never came back. I was there with my friend, Roth. We got the job at the same time, and we both made a pact. We go, man, we're not coming back. We just went to lunch. We never came back. Now, that's not ethical. That's not ethical to do. You don't walk off jobs. But I walked off another job one time. It was in, let me tell you something, Mr. T, you better light it up. Better light my fire. You better light this up right now, Mr. T. I walked off another job one time, folks. Because I was going to school. I was going, University of Washington, right? No, wait, this was during the summertime. No, but I think I was still. No, I had the summers off. This is the summer of '94. I was working at this restaurant over here as a dishwasher, making like nothing, dude. Making like $6 an hour, maybe $5 an hour. Okay, and I would work the night. I'd come in at like 4 and work till like 2 in the morning or whatever, or whenever we're closed, like midnight. I don't know. But see, they would have a day dishwasher. But I guess this particular day, the day with dishwasher didn't show up for whatever reason. I don't know if he quit or he's sick. So like the cooks were taking their turn, the waiters were taking their turn. Anyway, usually what happens is when you're a dishwasher, you come in from work. Okay, and if you're working, dinners like I would or whatever, so you come in around whatever 3, 4 o'clock. So lunch is done. People aren't coming in for dinner yet. So all the pots and pans are done. Everything is done. So you're walking into basically an empty kitchen or empty dishwashing area. So you're not slammed because you're gonna get slammed later, right? This place was cheap. They only would have one dishwasher. I should have got paid. Jobs like that, crappy jobs like that, you should get paid freaking 30, $40 an hour. The kind of work they do. You get paid like $5 an hour. You out of your mind? $6 an hour. Had to talk my boss into a raise. I think I started at 550. I was like, can you help? So I was only there. That was another job. You're only there for 3 or 4 months. I was like, hey, come on, help me out here. I'm going to college. He's like, well, I can't promise you the moon. The moon went from 550 to $6 an hour. Anyway, this one particular day, I was going to school in the mornings. I was working there at night, a few nights a week, and then on the weekends. The morning dishwasher didn't show up. So when I came into work, folks, let me tell you something. There were bus tubs everywhere. There was like 10 bus tubs, filled with dishes, silverware, and all the freaking cooks. I mean, the cooks don't care. They just throw their crap at you. All these pots and pans. It would have taken me alone. I mean, I was good. I wasn't fit. I was fit then. That would have taken me alone, just like to bang all that out, probably like an hour and a half. I said, no way. No way. It was summertime also. It was hot. We didn't have air conditioning back then. Back in the kitchen. No way. I walked in, I go, no way. You better throw me some extra money or have somebody else here helping me. And they said, no, it's just you. Okay, bye. I walked out of that one. Sorry. But I actually called, I talked to the manager like the next day, and he hired me back because I was a good worker. And he even agreed, yeah, that was a messed up situation. What's that? He agreed, yeah, that was a messed up situation. I still shouldn't have walked out on that. Because you never should walk out and leave your workers hanging. But man, let me tell you, this was so extreme. I bet a lot of you people would have done the same thing. So yeah, I mean, if something like that happens, folks, I mean, I guarantee you, you people would have walked out. And I'm not a quitter. I don't like to quit. But you know what? I said, I said no. This is not my job title. My job title is the evening dishwasher, and this is you're making me do the work of like 5 people. No, it's not gonna happen. No. My hair was really long back then, folks. Had it pulled back in a ponytail. My hair was down to like my mid back. It's kind of a hippie, you know. Let me tell you something, folks. You're working at a job like that. These people. That was the only time that ever happened. But I'm not a quitter. You know what? Every man's got his breaking point, folks. Every man's got his breaking point. Now let me tell you something there, Mark Terry. You gonna light it up. You gonna light it up right now. Let me tell you something there, Lolly Cunningham. You're gonna light it up, and you're gonna light it up right now. So let me tell you something there, Mark Terry. You will never have me on your panel again. After what you did last night, let me tell you something. Free Lydia. Lydia has me blocked on Twitter. Lydia has me blocked everywhere on Hangouts. Okay? And let me tell you something there, Camilo. You better light it up, and you better light it up right now. I will never come on your show again. Okay? I will block you from Messenger. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something now. Let me tell you something, Mr. T. You a bummer. You a bummer. Let me tell you something, Trigger Chimp. You got me blocked. I worked a bunch of crappy jobs when I was a kid. What are you talking about? The best crappy jobs I worked, though, were as a Domino's pizza delivery driver because I'd make a ton of tips. Talking $100 to $200 a night. But this is back in 90, 91, and 92. Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, which is a resort community. Over 1 million people go there every year. So it's very common. Someone's pizza was $12, $13. They would just hand you a $20 bill. They would hand you a $20 bill and say, keep the change. So imagine being 17, 18, 19 years old. Every delivery, you're almost getting a $5 to $7 tip. And you get a lot of pizzas. A lot of pizzas. Let me tell you something, Jody girl. Where have you been? Jody girl used to light it up like a Christmas tree. And let me tell you something there, Mark Terry. Let me tell you something there, Strawberry Terry. You a bummer. You blocked me last night you kept on kicking me off about 15 times. The only reason I kept coming back is because I was drunk. So let me tell you something there. You gone. Now the bottom line is this. Trigger Chimp, you best unblock me from Twitter. You're going into a timeout right now. Let me tell you something there, King Camilo. You better light it up right now for the working man, for New Jersey. Do it for New Jersey right now. Let me tell you something there. I've been on here for 56 minutes and no one has lit me up. Let me tell you something, just me. You better light it up right now. You're looking at the greatest man in the world. You're looking at the best in the business. You're looking at what's best for business. You want to see arms, huh? You want to talk about Jeff Camillo, huh? You talk about these arms here, huh? John Camillo's dead, folks. Rest in peace. He's got his twin brother, Jeff. Let me tell you something. Look at them arms, huh? Yeah, restaurant kitchens are hard work. Let me tell you something there, Joni Portwood. I was a dishwasher several times. I was a busboy. Busboy, you know, that's a better job. It's like 16, 17 also down in South Carolina. But the best crappy jobs I ever had were as a pizza delivery driver. Driving my 1991 Honda Civic hatchback with a 4-speed manual transmission, which I bought brand new in May of 1991 when I graduated from high school. This is my 30th reunion, class of 91, Hilton Head High School, South Carolina. You light it up for my 30th reunion. Somebody light me up with $30 right now for my 30th reunion. Huh, Jody girl, you haven't been around here in a long time. Let me tell you something there, Jody girl. Let me tell you something there, Jody girl. You used to light it up all the time. Who's going to light my fire? Let me tell you something. When I graduated from high school in New Jersey in 1991, in Hilton Head, South Carolina, because we moved there in '89. Okay, the bottom line is this. I had $5,000 saved up in the bank. So I paid $5,000. My parents paid the other $3,500. I got a brand new 1991 Honda Civic hatchback, blue, like a different. It's a actual blue color, not like blue. I don't know. The bottom line is this: it was awesome. It's awesome. It's my car. Had it for like 13 years. Put like 300,000 miles on it. That's when I used to go on road trips, the Grand Canyon, everything. I was a hippie. Follow the Grateful Dead. The bottom line is this: so 4-speed. It wasn't even a 5-speed. If you wanted a 5-speed, you had to get the DX model, whatever, the Honda Civic DX or something, which also came with power windows and a sunroof. But that was a couple thousand more. So I got the basic one. It still had air conditioning, had a tape player, didn't have a CD player. I put in a CD player, okay, and really nice speakers in the back. I put that in. So Alpine, I think it was an Alpine. Okay. So it was I think $8,500 right off the lot in 1991, June of 1991, something like that. Had like freaking 15 miles on it. Got great mileage. It was only a 4-speed though. It was weird. The configuration was first, second. So it was an H. First, second, third, fourth, and reverse down and to the right. So there was no 5th gear. Now, if you paid, I think a couple grand more, you got, I think the DX or the LX model, I don't know, and you got 5 speeds on that. You got the power windows. I think you had maybe a back windshield wiper. I don't know. You might have had a sunroof on there. I didn't need all that. It was a 4-speed. What are you talking about? How did I graduate from college? Because back then, everyone had part-time jobs. I also have a photographic memory, folks. I'm also a speed reader. And my reading comprehension was off the charts. So I'd read something once and, remember it. Almost like Rain Man or something. Maybe I'm on the spectrum. Maybe I'm autistic. I don't know. Bottom line is this. Let me tell you something there. Camillo. You better put it on the board. This is the beginning of the month. Let's get me over the $100 threshold right now. Huh? Let's have this. Let's have this. June, because next month is my birthday month, folks. Yeah, you're right about that, King of all things. I never let any chick ruin my life until a YouTube chick. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Who I've never even met. But just trying to take it day by day, trying to stay positive, trying to just keep my mind on other things, Trying to do some work. I mean, I'm gonna hit that pad tonight. I'm gonna go for a walk here in a little bit. I'm gonna put in an hour walk here in a little bit, and watching the Mariner game as I'm talking to you people. He's safe. Wait, how many outs are there? One out. Just I gotta hit that pad. My to-do list, and that's just the bottom line. See, there's no doubt about it. I put on a lot of pandemic pounds. The BBW Polish Princess is not blocked. She has me blocked because she had a manic episode last night. She's schizophrenic, dude. And this chick wants to go to, she's going to medical school. Imagine having a bipolar, manic, $4.99 from Camillo. Let me tell you something, Camillo. This guy's a hard-working man, Jeffrey Camillo. Because he is not a triplet, folks. John Camillo was a quadruplet. Yeah, they're too small because my head's huge. Because I'm huge. I need to lose weight. You can't, this is as good as it gets, folks. Let me tell you something. Camillo's a hard-working guy. Gotta respect him. He's a hustler, just like me. And the guy goes out. He wakes up early every day. He goes out and scraps. He gets scrap metal. He goes to swap meets. He gets all these little toys and things. He sells them on these eBay, Facebook, Marketplace, all these websites. So the guy's always got cash coming in. But John Camillo doesn't. John Camillo's dead. He gone. Jeff Camillo, the twin brother, actually they're quadruplets. You had John. John, he gone. Then you had Jeffrey. Then you had James. Then you had Jacob. See, I'm having trouble with the J's because that's my trigger letter for stuttering. So the bottom line is this: Lydia, stop being a Lydiot. Just like the king of all things, huh? The king of all things is a hustler. You got to have more than one stream of income, folks. Okay? At one point, I had 4 streams of income. At one point, I would do handyman work around the neighborhood, mowing lawns, things like that. What you need your window, you need power washing, things like that. Things like that. I was working as a self-employed guitar teacher. I was doing the YouTube here. I'm talking about before the pandemic, and I was doing eBay. So the bottom line is this: you don't need to have one job. Real men are hustlers. I'm a hustler. That's just the bottom line. No, you didn't unblock me on Twitter, Trigger Chimp. I don't even look every day anymore. I used to look every day. I don't even look every day. Kitten cat's not even blocked, folks. Kitten rat, kitten cat's not even blocked, folks, on here. Kitten cat could come in here right now. Kitten cat has me blocked. Folks, you guys do know. You do know, John Jacobs, that Triggered Chimp is kitten cat, right? You want to talk about the late, great John Camillo, huh? Look at these arms, huh? You got to have multiple streams of income. Like my grandfather, 100% Italian, died in 1985 on my mom's side. He had a job working at the library or something. I don't know what he did there. But he worked there for like 30 years, like got a pension. But he had like 2 other side things going. He always had, I don't know if he was mob related. I don't know, he's doing the numbers or something. He grew up in Jersey City and then Hoboken. Whenever we would see him, he'd have a money clip. He didn't have a wallet, a money clip with a fat, I mean, you talking about a fat, you talking about a wad of cash, folks. Every time we would go to his house, every time we'd see our grandfather, man, he just throw us kids like $50, $100. You know. Yeah. Or whatever. That's how it was back in the days. The trolls are freed. You name a specific troll. Now there's people who have troll names. It's like Bergs is into this, Bergs the whatever, Bergs the what, Bergs this, or my family names, or my address, or my phone numbers, things like that. Doxing stuff. Those kinds of trolls will always be blocked. Sorry, but kitten cat's not blocked. Let me tell you something, Camillo. Yeah, see, king of all things, why don't you put it on the board, king of all things, huh? King of all things, why don't you put it on the board right now? Why don't you come back, huh? Because the king of all things believed this ridiculous story from Molasses, from the horse-faced buck to the rat that I'm into. Yeah, that stuff. I'm not into that stuff. Ever since you heard that story, you haven't put anything on the board. Okay? So that whole episode, man, cost me a lot of money. And a lot of subs. You put that on the board. That thing just does not die. I got box seat tickets to the Sox game tomorrow. Put that on the board. All right. Now, I'll bring you back right now. King of all things, I'll bring you back right now as the enforcer. Tiger Kitty, all my Bergettes, they've all left. Okay? All the old school people. They're gone. They just left. I don't know where Tiger Kitty is. The bottom line is this. People leave. People come and go, folks. I mean, I used to have a lot of support. Norm F, obviously Norm F is gone. He gone. Norm F is gone. He gone. And the problem with Lydia, she's turned into a penny troll. Yeah, she threw up $10 last night. But let me tell you something there. Folks. I don't have Lydia blocked. Lydia blocked me on Twitter. Let me tell you something, Juice. See? These are arms here. All you people out there, I want you to go tomorrow to the dollar store. I want you to buy a pad of paper, yellow legal pad, white legal pad, whatever it is. Just like when you're a kid, all the lines there, you're right? Buy yourself some pens. Pack of pens would be $1. You'll spend $2 and write down everything you need to do, a to-do list. And every day, try to accomplish at least one thing. And then you can say to yourself, you know what? At least I did something today. At least I did something today. And also put on there, okay, you want to lose some weight? Huh? Right? Go for a walk. Put how many minutes you walked. You want to do some push-ups or sit-ups? You do that too. I haven't gotten that far yet. I need to lose weight. There's no doubt about it. I packed on the pounds, folks. I'm the first one to say I packed on the pounds. I need to quit drinking. I'm the first one to say I'm not perfect. Okay? But the bottom line is this. All you people out there who fat shame the Bergs, who do whatever you want to the Bergs, all you people need to look yourself in the mirror. Because all you people have problems too, man. Everyone's got something that they want to improve. So the bottom line is this. I'm the show. I'm the show. You don't sound too good? What do you mean I don't sound too good? Yeah, because I have terrible allergies and asthma. Bottom line is this. Everyone has something they need to improve. Okay? I got a terrible nasal spray addiction also. Okay? I take the Nasonex, one spray in each nostril, in the morning and at night, for my allergies. But that's not good enough. I've been fighting this Afrin off and on for like almost 30 years. Because I like, when I go to sleep, because I'm not a mouth sleeper, right? Where someone sleeps, No, I definitely snore. I like to have my nostrils nice and clear. Afrin's I have a humidifier. Afrin's the only thing that works, but it dries out your nasal passages. It's terrible. And once you get on it, it's like a total addiction. Look it up, folks. Afrin addiction. AFRIN. People probably go to rehab for it. So the bottom line is this. On the show. But I have tons of issues. But I'm still young enough that they can be reversed. There's still hope for me. And there's hope for all you people. There's too much hate in the world. Let's try to make the world a better place. Try to take out the toxic people in our life. I'm the toughest person you've ever seen in your life. What I've gone through in my life mentally with the whole panic disorder and the PTSD after getting that car accident and then getting on the Xanax for over 20 years and then my life has become so small. It used to be broad. I used to go like Rosie. I used to go on road trips. Grand Canyon. I used to drive all over with my friends. My life has become so insular. Now you have these trolls over there, gee, maggots. Oh, the Bergs never leaves his house. BS. And now I have a cell phone car mount. I gotta put the thing together. And you're going to see me going live. Just like White Lives Matter guy, Women Craig. You're going to see me streaming, driving, going up to a Guitar Center, going here, going to Seattle, going here, going there. Okay? You're going to see me getting a selfie stick with a gimbal going in the Mill Creek Forest Preserves here where there's tons of trails. I'll be showing you everything. My selfie stick now is a cheap selfie stick, a $5 selfie stick. Bergs life matters. Black olives matter. If I were to walk with my selfie stick right now, something just fell on my head. Did a bird just poop on my head? Something just fell on my head, dude. I think a bird just pooped on my head. If I were to walk around with my cheap selfie stick, it would look like, and on your end, like you're on a boat, like you're seasick. What the gimbal does, it straightens everything out. So the bottom line is this. I'm going to be doing stuff like that. But the first thing I need to do, I need to contact AT&T Wireless tomorrow. See, that's why I need to write down stuff. Put it on the board, right? Cross it off the list. And I need, the first thing I'm going to do tomorrow, I need to call up AT&T Wireless. First off, I need to cancel my Canadian plan. So I'm paying like $8 a month not to talk to Norm because he has me blocked. He's had me blocked for months. I've been talking about this. I haven't gotten any, oh, you got money from Norm. Yeah, he used to light me up like a Christmas tree. I haven't gotten anything from Norm in like 3 months. Okay? But I keep him the plan open. I don't need to talk to Canada. I don't know anyone else in Canada except for him and the white Tupac. I don't need to talk to the white Tupac on the phone. I have before. So I need to cancel that, and I need to talk to the AT&T Wireless, and I need to say, hey, listen, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a live streamer. What do you got for me? What kind of plans you got? Because I need unlimited data. Okay, folks? Unlimited data. It's not data. Wait, unlimited data? Wait, do I say data? Or do I say data? I actually say both. Big Brownie, let me give you a wrench, because the Big Brownie is part of the Brigade. Tell you something there, Big Brownie. I think are you a man? I think Big Brownie's from down under. Data or data? I think I say both. So I need to get unlimited data. So I'm saying data now. Okay? Because the bottom line is this. Around the house here, we have Wi-Fi. As a 9000 series would say. The Wi-Fi is fiving. Yeah, the Goonies. I love the Goonie movie. I love Cyndi Lauper, too. She had that great song on the soundtrack. Goonies are good enough. Watch that video. It's a great video, folks. Let me tell you something, John Jacobs. You better put it on the board right now. Yeah, Chunk. That's what I am right now. I'm Chunk. Hey, I'm the first one to admit the Bergs is a fat ass. The Bergs has a drinking problem. The Bergs drank himself into type 2 diabetes. The Bergs has high blood pressure. The Bergs cholesterol is elevated. The Bergs has asthma. The Bergs has allergies. The Bergs is not well. Mentally, spiritually, physically. I'm the first one to say this, folks. I'm not fat shaming anyone anymore. That's another reason I left Astoria. It's actually Astoria. It's another reason why I left home base. Oh, I came up with that name. Mr. T is using all my phrases. But I got sucked in there. Huh? I'm saying, oh, Marilyn Mike, you fat F, you know? Why? Who am I to call anybody that name? Because that's what I am. I'm fat. You know what? I wasn't a fat kid. Mr. T used me. Yep. He used me to channel build. He used me. He used my mouthpiece. Actually, that's another one there. I don't think anybody says catsup. I say ketchup. Ketchup. Okay, now you have orange or orange. I say orange. I'm from New Jersey. We say orange. Tomato. Nobody says tomato. Maybe if you're from England or something. Tomato. Now, the state of Oregon, that's not a hit, is it? When I grew up in New Jersey, folks, and you take social studies, geography class, you learn all the states or whatever. When they would come out, because I'm in New Jersey, so all the states out here in the West, right? Because there's only 3 states on the West Coast, folks. It's Washington, Oregon, and California. Okay, as opposed to the East Coast, you want to go up. Okay, want me to name them? I mean, you got a lot of states on the coast, folks. Florida. Then you got Georgia coastline. Then you got South Carolina. Then you got North Carolina. Then you got Virginia. Then you got Maryland. Then you got Delaware. Then you got New Jersey. Then you got a little bit of New York. Then you got Connecticut. Then you got Rhode Island. Then you got Massachusetts. Then you got New Hampshire. Then you got Maine. I mean, you got like 14 states on the freaking East Coast. You got 3 out here. When I grew up in New Jersey, okay, everyone would call it Oregon. Oregon. I moved out here in 1992, okay? And one of my brothers was going to school at the University of Oregon down there in Eugene. I would go and visit him, my car, okay? This is back when gas was 95 cents a gallon. I drove a 1991 Honda Civic hatchback. We moved out here in the summer of 1992, okay? Bottom line is this. So I would drive down there from here to Eugene is 300 miles. It'd take me 5 hours. I could literally put $10 of gas in my car and get there and still have like a quarter of a tank. Isn't that sick? The bottom line is this, Camilo, you better put it on the board right now. So then I started dating a chick down there who I met down there for like 2 years. So yeah, she's Salty Dog. See, we've never met, but I have had a long distance relationship before. But she's from a different state or whatever, Oregon, Washington, But we would meet. It was before cell phones. Bottom line is this: when I came out here, I was still calling it Oregon. No, it's Oregon. New Jersey, we call it Oregon. No, it's Oregon. Okay? You can put that on the board, folks. Data plan. I kind of use both, to be honest with you. Now, let me tell you something there. T-Rex, you're done. Let me tell you something there, T-Rex. My ex-wife, Leslie, she grew up in Iowa also. Isn't it funny that I am connected with Salty Dog, who lives in Des Moines, Iowa? My ex-wife lived in more of I forgot the name of the town. It's like on the border of Iowa and Illinois. I call it Illinois. She would call it Illinois. Illinois. Okay? She would call it Illinois. I believe. What she would call it? Illinois? Illinois? That's gone. She would call it Illinois or Illinois. I was like, what are you talking about, Leslie? It's Illinois. It's Illinois. Let me tell you something, T-Rex. You use me. You use me, bro. You use me for content, huh? Let me tell you something there, Camillo. Let me tell you something there, Jeffrey Camillo. You better put it on the board. Who's going to put it on the board for the Bergs right now? You go, all you people right here, all you maggots. Go to my About section. Go to my About section. Click on the merch. I got t-shirts. Who knows how long I'll live? Don't you want to have a Bergs Show t-shirt, folks? I guess technically I could die tomorrow and that link will still actually technically you'll be able to buy Bergs Show t-shirts as long as that's up. I mean, I could die tonight if I don't wake up tomorrow, and that link's can still be there. So technically, I guess you can still buy it after I'm gone. He gone, but the bottom line is this: I'm not going to get any money from that. Or again, Oregon. So it'd be like ORR dash then then gin. I don't know how you'd spell that, because if you spell it GIN, people would say gin, like you're drinking gin. It's not origin, Oregon. So I don't know how you would actually phonetically break that down. Let me tell you something, folks. Let me tell you something, T-Rex. You're nothing without me. Let me tell you something, Camillo. You're nothing without me, huh? You're letting lollygag. Let me tell you something. The only thing that lolly's good for on there is dropping the links. Let me tell you something there, Camillo. You're never gonna meet Lolly. Okay? Let me tell you something, Lolly. I've been nice to you forever, huh? You're putting 3 weeks on this? Oh, I'll give you money in 3 weeks. You're not gonna give me any money. I didn't say anything about you, huh? Let me tell you something there, Lolly, huh? Let me tell you something there, maggots. Let me tell you something there, G maggots. Okay. He keeps on perpetuating, oh, the Bergs was married for 2 weeks. I was married for 2 years, with her for 4. And it took me about 2 years to get over her. So really, mentally, I was with her for 6 years. Physically, I was with her for 4. You can put that on the board. Let me tell you something there, T-Rex. The biggest problem with your show, I can sum it up in 2 words. Jakey Poo. That guy is a true scumbag. Let me tell you, my therapist recommended this channel for me for some positive energy. You goddamn right. The biggest anchor, the biggest albatross or whatever, albatross on your channel is Jakey Poo. This guy's a total troll. You should not have Boris on there, Cataract Killers. He's a scumbag. Okay? But that's what you do. You attract the scumbags. You attract the filth, the true bottom of YouTube. That's what you attract, T-Rex. So let me tell you something. The Bergs is not the bottom of YouTube. I'm the top of YouTube. I am the TOYP, the TOYT, the top of YouTube. I'm not going over there. See, last night I was drunk. Now, you might say, okay, Bergs, you're almost 48 years old. Are you a little too old to be making an excuse for being drunk? Well, you know what? When you're drunk, you're drunk. So, no, I mean, maybe not. But he kept on booting me out. And my brain, I just kept on going back in there. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment, Nene. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. Jakey Poo is a loser. Okay? I can't roll with that guy. Okay? I can't roll with Pennywise. Pennywise is a loser. Okay? I can't roll with Boris, another loser, and another troll. See, Pennywise thinks he's going to get to me. He's not going to get to me because I just time him out. Okay, I don't even give him the time of day. So the bottom line is this, folks. What are we talking about here? I'm down to 27% on my phone. Who's Boris? Boris is a loser. Okay? And when he was in the hospital a few months ago, he was like he almost died. And he lost so much weight. And I remember he was like on death's door. And he was saying, you know what? I'm going to change. I'm going to be a changed man. I'm going to be a changed man when I come out. You remember Juice? Remember Boris when he was in the hospital like 3 months ago and almost died? 4 months ago? He said, oh, I'm going to be a change. I'm going to, And people were even talking about me, right? When he was in the hospital. They said, oh, Bergs, he can't even tune his guitar. And then he actually says something positive about me. Juice, when he was in the hospital, the first thing, he's only said one positive thing about me in 4 years. He goes, no. Bergs is a good guy, and Bergs can play guitar very well. He goes, don't pick on the Bergs. And then what happens, folks? He comes home. He might have quit smoking cigarettes, but he's smoking that reefer, which is okay, it's illegal, but he's smoking the hell out of it. And he gained the weight back. He started to feel better, and he reverted to his former self, a total jerk. And that's what you got on there. Let me tell you something there, Mr. T. You better light it up right now, because you're never going to see the likes of the Bergs back over there. Oh, you'll have Jakey Poo, who comes up there as the fake Bergs. You ain't gonna have the real deal, okay? So you better put it on the board right now, because you a bummer. Let me tell you something. PW, these people are just trolls. All they do is just talk smack. I am trying to elevate myself. I'm trying to become a better person. But all you people want to do is just remain the same. I'm trying to transition to a higher level of spiritual and mental health and physical well-being. You people want to remain the same. you keep on bringing people up there like Jakey Poo, like Snorris, Sporus, Snortard. He used to call me Bergtard. Bergtard. This guy's like 55 years old. He's calling. He's a weirdo. Okay. Yeah, but you know what? I don't care if I'm hated. I don't care if I'm hated. But people love me. Obviously, there's enough people who love me, folks. Obviously, there's enough people who love me. Mr. T, you use me. You use me for clout. You use me for everything. You use me for everything. So you know what? It's payback time. Why don't you light it up? Huh? Why don't you light it up right now, Mr. T? Everyone knows you use the Bergs, and I'm not coming back over there anyway, anytime soon. Because you know what you do? You keep on booting people off. Oh, Misfit Jenny, see, she's another troll. I don't even deal with her. I just see her and I just put her in a timeout. You can't reason, okay, with insane people, okay? Yeah, I'll never come back over there, folks. So you know what? You know what you have now? You just have a bunch of losers. Oh yeah, Jenny, Misfit Jenny, forget about her, dude. She's manic. She's like, oh, I'm engaged to Pennywise. Stop talking about it and be about it, huh? Stop talking about it and get married already. We don't really care. Was this gonna be the first BOYT wedding or something? These people aren't even BOYT, dude. They're trolls. They have no content. They have no abilities. They're losers. Okay, what do we got going on here, folks? It's getting kind of dark out here, folks. That's why I got to stand here. See, if I stand back here, well, you can still see me. I can't really be doing this much longer because it's 9:38. Our neighbors here are like freaking. Seriously, our neighbors who live right here to the right of me, they're like the Little House on the Prairie type people. These people don't make any noise. They don't drink. They don't do anything. They're like, they're not Mormons, but they're something else. They're like another type of religion. They're like Christians, but I don't know what they are. They're like, I don't know if they're Seventh Day Adventists. I don't know what they're, but they have two daughters, and they moved here. We've lived in this house here since 1994. So I remember when they moved in 1999. And I was, how old was I? I was 26, 25 or 26. And they had a daughter who was like 20 or 21. No, she was 21. And they had another daughter who was like 13 or something. So I became friends with the older daughter. We would go back then I used to rollerblade a lot. We used to rollerblade. And then one day I said to her, hey, you want to go out? You want to go out and you want to go to this place over here, McMenamins? You know, they like brew their own beer. It's like a hamburger kind of beer. She's like, oh, I don't drink alcohol. I go, that's okay. You don't have to drink. You don't have to. I just want to go out. I wasn't even. I mean, yeah, she was attractive. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, not like a knockout, but and she lived next door to me. Talk about convenient, right? As a lazy person, right? Don't talk about convenience, right? And back then, the Bergs, you've seen what I looked like back when I was younger. I mean, forget about it. So she was obviously attracted to me. We hung out. And back then, my drinking was totally different. I mean, I just drink on the weekends a little bit, my friends. It wasn't like, I said, oh, I go, okay, we don't have to go there. We can go to Starbucks or something. We can get a coffee. She goes, oh, no, 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 I don't. She goes, no, 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 I don't drink caffeine. Okay? No, 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 no. I don't drink caffeine either. Hold on a second. You don't drink alcohol? Well, she doesn't smoke. I don't smoke either. I have asthma, so that's a given. I'm not gonna really date a smoker. Okay, so here we go. Carl the Cuck. Every time you see Carl the Cuck, you just gotta put him in timeout. Every time you see Misfit Jenny, just timeouts. Okay. All these people are trolls. I don't ban them. I just put them in timeouts because they add nothing. They add nothing. They're losers. So I said to her, we can go have a coffee, you know. She goes, oh no, I don't. Her like we don't drink caffeine. I go, you guys Mormon or something? I don't know what she says. She says no. We're like, I don't know if it was like Seventh Day Adventists or something. No, it's not a lazy eye, folks. I'm watching the Mariner game at the same time. You losers. I don't know what the I don't know what the term is. Watching the game at the same time. No, I'm watching the game through the window, you losers. So I don't know what this. They were some kind of Christian denomination. They weren't like Catholic. They weren't Presbyterian. They weren't Baptist. It was like something. I don't know what it was. Like Seventh Day or something. I don't know what it was. If Lutheran. I don't even think they were Lutheran. It was some like weird. I don't know what it was. I'm watching the game, folks. I'm just telling a story, man. I'm a talker. See, I'm a talker. I'm not a texter. I well, maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. It's some kind of Christian denomination. No, they were not Jehovah's Witnesses. They were not Jehovah's Witnesses. They were not Mormons. They were Christians, but not any kind of Christians. No, they weren't Pentecostal. Pentecostals like down south. No, they weren't Mormon. They weren't Amish. They weren't Latter-day Saints. Pentecostals like down in the south playing with snakes. No, they weren't speaking in tongues. They weren't born again. It was an actual church that they went to. I don't know what it's called. But they didn't drink caffeine. They didn't drink alcohol. They didn't smoke cigarettes. They didn't do anything. Anything bad they didn't do. No drugs, no nothing. No nothing. I don't know what it is. Yeah, the A's. A's have a good team, man. They got a relentless lineup. I don't know what it was. I, or maybe she just wasn't into me, folks. Maybe she wasn't into me. It was Seventh Day Adventist. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was Seventh Day Adventist, folks. I mean, we had a pretty good friendship. You know, her name is Christina. I'd say, hey, I would see her. I'd say, Christina, hey, you want to go rollerblading tonight, or you want to go for a walk? We were like friends, right? But there's nothing about my background or talking about New Jersey stories and my crazy New Jersey youth. She couldn't relate to anything, so we never would have made a good match. I used to play ice hockey, folks, growing up. And I was in a roller hockey league here for many years. Wearing a helmet, the pads, everything. You're like everything, but ice skates. You got not roller skates, roller blades. I used to fight too. Yeah. Bottom line is this, folks. I mean, obviously she wasn't into me that way. Okay. But if you looked at me back then, I mean, 99 out of 100 women would be into me. Okay. You want to go there? You want to go have a burger? Oh no, I don't eat burgers. I'm not into that. I don't eat. Yeah. No. Actually, she didn't say that. I think I said you want to go have a beer. No, I don't drink. Okay, you don't have to have a beer. You have a Coke? No, I don't drink. No, I don't drink. I don't drink caffeine. What do you do with these people? What do you do with these people? Huh? What do you do with these people? It's like, man, go back to Little House in the Prairie, man. That's what I call these people. The fucking Little House in the Prairie, dude. I can't roll with these people. I can't roll with these people. Yeah, it's totally night now, folks. I'm watching the game. All right, I'm down to like 9%, folks. So I'm gonna have to end this up, man. Oh, we made $4.99 tonight. Wow, what a night. They're not putting it on the board for the Bergs tonight, but they'll be putting it on for the Bergs tomorrow. I don't have a lazy eye, folks. Don't have a lazy eye. Carla Cook, you go. All right, good night.